Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren here with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international call, on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to do here tonight is a couple of things. I'm going to be talking to Shirley tonight. And, you know, there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Somebody's just sending me. Okay. Okay. So what I want for you guys to understand here is that the process of breaking inertia and stepping into your power as a leader, it's 95% right here, okay? And when I say to people that this industry is 95% mindset, I'm not joking, guys, okay? I'm really, really serious here. 95% of this business is all in your head, okay? You have to be able to see your business in momentum. You have to be able to see yourself in a current like a river, okay? And if you have these blockers internally within your body, you can work as hard as you want and you will not make a penny. Bottom line, okay? That's really the truth. It's so much about being clear. You have to be clear in here and in here. Okay, that's where the biggest part of the breakthrough happens when you're moving into a forward momentum, okay? So what I tell people to do is they've got to be able to tap into that future reality and lasso it into their body and feel what it feels like to be in momentum. Because if you feel stuck, if you feel internally inside your body, you will block the abundance from coming into your reality, okay? You will block it from coming into your reality. So, and it's a very it's almost like a light switch that goes bing, like this, when the energy flow starts to come in, okay? It's a very, very distinct difference between being stuck and being in an energy flow, being either in the zone or out of the zone. There's no in between, guys, okay? There's no in between. You're either in the game or you're sitting on the bench. That's really how it works. It works that way in sports. It works the way on the stage. You're either on the stage or you're in the audience. There's no halfway, right? So the business works very, very similar to this. So what you've got to understand is that you are that broadcaster into the reality. You're the broadcaster into the reality. And we are in a leadership business model. A leadership business model. So if you are not representing yourself into the marketplace as a leader, if you are not lassoing groups of people together to talk to them as the leader, just like this, you're not leading. Right? So if people are getting into a leadership business model and you are not leading people, they will not join you guys. That's the truth, okay? So what you've got to realize is that to be a leader is really, really simple. You're going to learn something. It doesn't matter what it is, anything. You could read a book today and you could share what you just learned about the book. Okay, you could do a blog post about what you learned about the book. You could do a video what you learned about the book. You could do a Google Hangout about what you learned about the book. But it typically has to do with identifying the problems of your market and then saying, hey guys, I've got the solution to the problem. Who wants to know the answer to that, right? So that's really the concept behind marketing. So if you look at a market, okay, you look at a market and you go, okay, what are all of the problems that I'm currently having in my business, right? What are the problems that you're having? So maybe it's that you don't have enough qualified leads, or you don't qualify buyers looking at your business each day, right? Or you don't have enough duplication, or you don't have enough incoming calls. Those are problems that are straight across the board for everyone, right? So if you start with, if you say, okay, I'm going to make a list of the 5 biggest problems that I have in my business, and I'm going to make it a goal that I'm going to provide as much content as I possibly can for these 5 problems that I'm personally going through, right? So if you're going through those problems, I can tell you this, every single one of the people across this panel is probably going through the exact same problems too, okay? So here's an example. Let's say that I want to attract a group of people to me, okay? Instead of me saying, my business, my business, my opportunity, my opportunity, my business, my business, my opportunity, right? I'm only going to be hitting a certain part of the market. So as an example, if I'm out there going, I pass, empower, right? And you're with, say, Jeunesse Global, or you're with Prepaid Legal, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go, oh, I've already got my opportunity. I'm already on my path, right? So you're not listening. Does that make sense? Because I'm telling you I have this other thing. And you go, well, I don't need that thing because I've already got this thing, right? So the only way that I'm going to be able to get your attention is if I am solving your problem in your business, right? So I say, hey guys, who here wants to find out how, right? Now I'm going to talk about your problem, right? Who here right now is having a problem that they've run out of their warm market, right? Or they're tired of being rejected by their friends and family, or they've run out of leads and they don't know who to talk to now. Who here is having that problem? I just found a solution, right, where you can generate between 10 and 20 leads a day using social media, right? If I get 40 likes, I'm doing a webinar, right? So now, as people like it, I've already got my audience, okay? Now here's what happens. This is what I'm talking about, stepping into your power, because I can tell you this, you will face your fears, absolutely. Absolutely. You will be worried about what other people are going to say and think, and you will be worried about stubbing your toe. And that's the breakthrough that you got to get through if you're going to make big money, right? That's how it is. So you've got to ask yourself, how many times have you currently done that in your business? Because if the answer is 0, you're probably making 0. Okay? If the answer is 0, you're probably making 0, right? Or very little. Okay? Because people want to join leaders. That's how the business model works, guys. So you're either going to face your fear, step into the power, and move to the next level, right? And if you stub your toe, be okay with it, right? Stub your toe, fall over, and get back up. It's like when you were a little kid and you rode a bike for the first time. You probably went like this and maybe fell over and stubbed and got a bloody knee, right? But it didn't stop you from getting back on that bike, right? Because you wanted freedom. You wanted to go around the neighborhood. You wanted to be one of the kids that could go to the store on your bike. So you got back up on your bike and you gave it another shot, right? That's this business model, guys, right? This is a leadership business model. Now, when you first start out, here's a great way to overcome your fear, okay? Don't put anybody on the panel, right? Just you. You talk to the little green dot right there. Hey everyone, how are you doing? You know, it's Darren Little here. Just wanted to touch base with everybody. Welcome you to this call. Talk to the little green dot. Get comfortable talking to that little green dot there, right? Stare right through that little green dot. Make that little green dot your best friend and have a conversation, right? Crack a few jokes, have a few laughs, right? It's just you and that little green dot. When you go to share your screen, now you're just talking to your computer screen. It's no big deal, okay? That's the first step to going into becoming a leader, guys. Okay, so it's going to start with you identifying some problems. Okay, so pick 5 problems that you're having within your own business, and you need to make it a goal that you're going to find solutions to those specific problems and create content that solves the problems. Okay? As you do it a couple of times, your confidence is going to start to go up, 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 until all of a sudden you're going to get to the point where you realize there's only a certain amount of problems that people have in this industry, right? And if you know what they are, you can put a panel across here and go live and say, you know what, guys, I'm going to help anybody here on the panel solve the problem. Okay, so Tom, tell me what's happening in your world. What business are you in right now? Okay, great. Yeah, good company. I know some leaders in that company. Okay, so tell me about where you're at right now. What's your vision? Where do you want to go? What's your biggest challenges right now in your business? Right? And now you become a mentor for all these people across here because they don't understand about speaking to the listing. They don't understand about solving people's problems to get an audience, right? So they're all out pitching their business opportunity. Oh, bop, 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 bop. Have I got a deal for you? And everybody goes, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, right? And they can't figure out why. They got great products. Maybe they got good antioxidants or vitamins or skincare, and they can't figure out why nobody will join their company, right? And they may even be really good in selling or sales, and it just baffles them. They don't get it. Why will nobody buy the products? They don't understand. It's a different model, right? This is a leadership business model. So you've got to understand the distinction on the way that products get sold, okay? Now, here's what I will tell you guys. Once you're in a stage where you have an income story, okay, you can morph your strategy slightly because people want to be part of momentum. People want to be part of success. People want to be part of a team that's having success, right? So then you leverage that and you leverage your secret sauce. Okay, so here's an example. So when I first started, the only thing that I wanted to do was compress the energy to get some type of an income story, right? And I don't just go, hey, I made $75, right? Because that's not a story. Stories sell, facts only tell, okay? Stories sell, facts only tell, okay? So here's the difference. So, you know, my whole thing was, you know, when I first started with iPass as an example, I was rolling out an underground marketing campaign, right? So I put out some bait, right? I put out some bait. My bait was, hey guys, I'm about to roll out an underground marketing campaign, right? It's on the total hush-hush, right? I don't know what's going to happen, right? But I'm doing some testing, and I'm going to keep you posted with play-by-play. I'm going to take you right behind the scenes, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to show you how much money I'm spending. I'm going to show you how many leads I'm generating. I'm going to show you what my conversion rates are. I'm going to take you right behind the scenes, and I'm going to show you my entire campaign. So I'm setting them up, right? And then I go, you know, if that's something that would interest you to see my actual campaign and behind the scene results, hit the like button or leave a comment. So what am I doing? I'm setting up my market, right? I'm setting up my audience of prepaid buyers almost. You see how that works? So now when I put out my first story, right? What's my first story? Guys, you know what? If this hadn't happened for me, I may have never even believed this to be true. Now, listen to my language. Guys, if this hadn't happened for me, I may never have believed this to be true. Because that's what people are really thinking, guys, just so you know, okay? So now I say, you know, here I am. I'm sitting at this Oriental restaurant, and I was super hungry. Like, I left my house, I ran across the street because, I mean, I could just feel my stomach gurgling inside because I hadn't eaten. You're going to take people through this journey, right? So here's how this works. So I get to the restaurant, and I order beef and broccoli. The lady comes over, and she pours my Chinese tea. Boy, did that ever go down good. All I could think about was how hungry I was, and my stomach was gurgling, right? So she brings me the beef and broccoli, and I'm digging in. And next thing I know, my phone starts going off like a Las Vegas slot machine. And I'm super hungry, so I don't pay much attention to it. Then all of a sudden it goes off again, and then again, and then again, and again. And I'm thinking to myself, who the heck is trying to get a hold of me? So I grab my phone, and I pick it up, and I look at the texts, and lo and behold, it's my underground marketing campaign. I'm getting paid commissions. And while I was eating my beef and broccoli, while I was just getting away to solve my hunger pains, my online business made me $75. I know it's not a lot of money, but I didn't do any three-way phone calls. I didn't do any home parties. I was sitting eating my lunch, and I made $75. If that's something that you'd be interested in, message me. You see how there's a whole story there? Right? I took you on a whole journey. You're feeling your stomach gurgling because you've had that happen for you in your life, right? So I'm going to take you on this journey, right, into my reality, and you're seeing me run across the street. You're picturing me ordering the food. You're picturing the hot tea being poured, right? You're picturing me digging into my beef and broccoli. You're picturing my phone going off like a Las Vegas slot machine. You're in my reality, guys. That's how you lasso an audience, right? It's through storytelling, right? So what you'll notice is that all of the top income earners that got up on stage, they're good storytellers, right? They take you on a journey. There was this time. I remember this time. I was 10 years old, and this person that I really, really respected came over to me and said, da 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 da. And I remember looking up at them, and it was like I was looking up at a giant, right? They take you on this journey so that you can visualize. All of a sudden, you're that 10-year-old kid looking up at this person who's the mentor, right? That has that voice, right? And they probably change their voice a little bit when they tell the story, right? Son, right? You know. So that's what you got to understand as a marketer, okay? Now, that's from a social media standpoint. But if you're going to bring people together, once you understand these principles, guys, do you know that once you understand this concept, that every single person that's in this industry, they only have a certain number of problems? How about that? Do you realize that once you know what the answers are to all those problems, your confidence level goes, whoop, right? Now you got a whole different personal power, right? So here's an example. People don't understand, as an example, what's a lead magnet, right? How do you use a lead magnet, right? How do you speak to people's pain? People go, I don't know what to do to generate leads, right? Well, you need a lead magnet. You need something that people want, they desire it, enough to give you their information to get it, right? Either a book or a interview or a secret marketing strategy or how to do something, how to generate leads, how to close more people, how to never get rejected, how to, move yourself into momentum fast, right? Whatever. You've got to understand that everybody's got the exact same problems, right? You need to be the provider of the solution to the problem, and you need to be the leader that's going to deliver it. Doesn't matter, you could have been in this industry for 3 days, 1 week, okay? But if you're that person that has just the confidence to deliver the answer, the solution to people's problems, they look up to you as a leader instantly, like that, right? So that's not about the income, guys. It has nothing to do with income. It has to do with this, right? You could walk into the room and have your personal power. Today could be your very first day. Today may be day 1 for you. Doesn't matter. It's not about your income. It's about your confidence. It's about your power. It's about your self-esteem. It's about what you believe to be true of your future and how you're going to manifest that into reality, right? So when I first started with this program, I already believed that within 30 days I'd be at $10,000 a month. Okay, that was my belief. And I just manifested it into action. I manifested it into reality. It's like that guy with the actor that's like, just do it, right? It's that type of thing that I'm talking about, because by month 3, it was already $25,000 by the 3rd month, right? Because that's what I believed. I was already proclaiming that I was going to have $3,000, $6,000, $9,000 days, guys, right? So within 3 weeks, it was $3,000. Into month 2, it started hitting $6,000 days, and by month 3, I almost had a $9,000 day, guys. It was $7,163, but it was on the verge of clearing $9 grand in a single day. Now, once I tuned back into that energy force again, just when we were going to Vegas, I had another $6,000 day. Actually, it was a little bit more than that, because during the time that I was away, it was like over $8 grand, right? That it was in that short period of time, like 4 days. So what I want to do here is I want to reach out to Shirley here. Shirley, can you unmute yourself?
Hey, what's up?
Okay. So Shirley, I want you to talk about, the shift that has taken place. Actually, you know what, guys? First, before we even do that, I'm going to share my screen here, and I want you to watch this testimonial, okay? Now, the first thing that I want for you to do here is I want for you to look at Shirley's eyes right here, because you can see her conviction. She did 1 take, guys. 1 take, okay? You can see the conviction in her eyes right here, and I want you to listen to her tonality in her voice and her conviction. Okay, listen to this really closely.
Hi, my name is Shirley. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm a makeup artist, and now I'm doing this. I took the training for Unleash the Alpha Within, and since then, my mindset has changed completely. I feel like I am no longer fearing anything at all, and I can actually get whatever I want, that I need and want in life, that I can provide for anyone that I would like. So since then, I've just been able to tap into my unconscious mind and get rid of the fear and negativity that's been holding me back from pursuing anything, whatever I wanted in the future. So it's no more dreams, this is reality, and this is it. And since then, I've been able to change my life completely. So I recommend this for anyone who's wanting to go through personal development and to change their life today. Action.
Okay. So, what I want for you to do, Shirley, is I want you to talk right now about the shift in mindset. I want you to talk about, where you were to where you are, where you were when you first started, when you were putting your toe in the water, to where you are right now, full-time, as a full-time marketer, putting out content, putting out videos, putting out blog posts. Talk to me about these two different realities.
You know, at first I want to add that right after I did that take, I kind of just stopped and was like, wait a minute, was that me? Did I just do that? And then Gladys and Reba were like, no, you did really good. And I said, whoa, I actually shocked myself about that, actually. But because usually I'm one to stutter. It actually, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere one day, really. And I think I just started seeing everything positively. I looked at someone and I just didn't look at them as if, oh, they're never going to make it or I don't need to be around them. I actually shifted my focus on where they need to be and where I need to be. And in that way, it kind of just made things a better, smoother foundation for me. So, yeah, before I was just always so scared about diving into things. I freaked myself out all the time about, you know, what if I did this and what if I didn't? I mean, if you asked me 3 months ago from today, if someone were to turn me down, I would have said, oh my God, what did I do wrong? What didn't I say? What happened there? I don't know. What did I do? I mean, this sucks. But then now it's just like, okay, well, better luck next time. And you know, I just stopped getting emotionally involved with those things because I see the bigger outcome already. I'm always focused on the bigger picture, which is why at the end of the day I'm still okay. You know, the day that I quit my job and my sister said, oh my gosh, are you scared? And I said, no. And she goes, gosh, I hate you. And then that's just how I've been lately. I've just been chill, because I know that the bigger picture is so much more worth it than temporary emotional involvement from a period from like the day before or so. So even at the event, they were doing Q&As, live Q&As, and I didn't have anything to ask and I didn't want to, but for some reason in the back of my head, I told myself I need to ask them a question, you know? And I started shaking even before I came up with my question. I started shaking even before they gave me the mic, but then I just said, I need to ask them a question. You know why? Because there's a big screen right there. It's live streaming. People are going to see this. And the millionaires, the top earners, need to see me. And I needed to make a joke, which I made a corny joke, because you need to make people laugh and, you know, build a connection. So, again, this is just, everything is connected, and that's what I see about it. And that's why the only blocker I have now is blocking fear, which is why now my mind is kind of programmed to take that next step, because I know that it's going to take me to bigger things rather than just that fear alone. So yeah, it's just been incredible.
Fantastic. So Shirley, what I want for you, because here I'll tell you what, when I really noticed this, when the shift became apparent for me watching, okay, was when you were sitting on the grass. Okay, you did a video where you were sitting on the grass, and guys, here, what I want for you to understand is that what Shirley did was she had some realizations and personal breakthroughs on her own without anybody telling her, okay, which was really cool to witness. So she had sort of a following of people, and she probably asked her followers or her fans a question, right? And those people submitted a question, and then Shirley answered the question of one of the fans. Really good strategy, guys. Okay, really good strategy. That's getting interaction with your fans and making them realize that you're approachable, that they could ask a question next time, and maybe you'll be talking directly to them, but everybody else will be watching too, right? So Shirley, tell us a little bit more about that vision that you had.
I, starting from the beginning, when I was a lot younger, actually, and I mentioned this for my 3D vision board contest. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was, older. But I knew that I wanted to travel and inspire others. And I kid you not, I had like that vague vision of just me standing on like a stage, like a school stage, not even what like a Rise event stage, something like that. I had that envisioned in my mind, but and then when you get older, you kind of lose that vision, right? As a kid, you're more you're more open-minded to a lot of things, and then when you get older, you go through some phases and you go through some trials and tribulations and all, and then you kind of lose that thought. But then these past few months, I kind of had to take that step back and then dig back into the past, and then now I realize, gosh, I've been doing this all my life. I mean, that's crazy. But then now that I'm thinking about it, just with these transformations that I've been doing, I realize that a lot of people are going through this right now too. So, and I just know that they still have that fear. So I said, I was in that. I got over it. So now it's my turn to show them how to get over it, because unfortunately, like now I do the Motivation Mondays where I post a 15-second clip, and I do that because I know that a lot of people don't hear it often enough. And so me speaking to the camera and others, real people speaking to the camera, it's like speaking right through to them. And I know that they can feel it, and I know that they appreciate it, and it's making a change in their lives. So even now, I am paying attention to how people post things now, and I just know that they're paying attention, and I know that it's bettering them, even though they're watching me discreetly. One day they're not going to be there. One day they're going to be able to come up to me, but it's all about slowly building that trust, because as a child, you're always told, don't talk to strangers, don't eat the food that they give you, you don't know what they're putting in there, or whatever. So of course you build that. So it's so important to build that trust first, and then from then on, you won't have to sell anything. You won't have to feel like you're selling anyone, because they're going to come up to you and say, hey, like, let's do this. It's just that simple. It's gotten really, really simple to where I just have narrowed things down. Even talking to people this past week, I've kind of just thought, you guys are making it too complicated. It's either you take action or you're screwed. You take action or you're screwed. There's nothing else than that. And
it's kind of like the on and off switch, right? Am I right?
Yeah. It's just,
like,
it's really simple.
You're either on track or you're not. You're either on the racetrack or you're sitting in the pit stop. There's no halfway.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree with that?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
here's what I want to just share with you guys here, and Shirley, this is something that, because I've already seen into the future, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you take this little thing that I'm going to share with you here, I'm telling you that your entire reality is going to change right now, okay? What you've got to be able to do is open yourself up like a book, okay? In these different chapters of the book, okay? So you've got to look back into your timeline, right? And you've got to look at stories. Stories are what sell, guys, okay? So it's like this. I remember this time when I was 5 years old, right? And, I was sitting by this pond, and I was, throwing pebbles into the pond, and I was watching the ripples. That's storytelling, guys. You're going to take people through this journey, right? Here's another thing. One thing that you don't know about me, and then you're going to tell a whole thing, right? So you want to open yourself up, okay? The naked soul, okay? So you want to talk about, you know, even stuff like, you know, like what's your favorite color? What do you like to do? Where do you like to go? You know, talk about your dream, your passion, your vision, your burning desires, you know, your childhood visions when you were, the stuff that you're telling me, like, you know, when I was a little kid, I always visualized that I was going to be up on this little stage, this little podium, you know, motivating, inspiring people into action and helping them to get tapped into their vision and their dream. That's a whole journey, right? So what you got to understand is that with your particular brand, okay, because you got the funky thing, you got the edgy thing, you got the all these different looks that you've got with the glam thing, and then you got the, you know, the other edgy side, and then you got the pajama side. You got all these different personalities that you can leverage off of to hit different demographics to lasso a bigger market to come in to interact with you, right? So if you also do something that's like almost like, you know, Dear, I don't know, Ann Landers or whatever, right? You could do something very similar with Ask Shirley, right? Or something like that, where you have a whole group of people that are wanting to get from where you were to where you are, and they don't know about that bridge. They don't know how to get from that point of the fear zone into this point of the vision, the dream, and the confidence zone to be a manifester. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about right now, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So you've got to open yourself up like chapters in a book. Okay? Stories. Stories are what sell, right? And you've got to remember as you're developing your stories is that you know, you've got to start speaking to the listening, right? So here would be an example. Do you ever remember a time when, you know, has this ever happened for you where, because I remember a time in my life when this happened for me. It's the feel, felt, found, right? So has this ever happened for you, right, where you've been up against the wall and you really wanted to take action, but something deep inside was holding you back, right? Because that's what they're going through. That's called speaking to the listening. That's really what's going on inside their body. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, what I want to do, Adalia, can you unmute your line there for a sec?
Hi.
Okay. Can you turn on your camera so we can see you?
1 second.
Okay. So what I want to do here, guys, because I want to talk about, you know, these two different realities that exist simultaneously. They're parallel worlds, okay? So on this side, you've got the fear zone. You've got, you know, seeing yourself as failing or seeing yourself as saying something wrong or not doing it right or messing up or people judging you on this side. And on this side, you just don't give a shit, right? You don't care, right? There's a distinct difference between these two zones, these two realities. So we were in Las Vegas and we went to the Bellagio, and you know, we were in this amazing environment. Like, I mean, you can't replace that time. It's not like I can say, hey, I'm going to go cut a video right now in the middle of the strip because I'm not there anymore, right? That opportunity, that window is now gone. I can't get it back, right? I can't get back that window. It's gone, right? So I wanted to give Adalia some reference point so that she would be able to go from this side to this side, okay? So I said, okay, here's how this works. Everything that you look at in the reality, okay, is a metaphor of life, and it's a metaphor of business, okay? So I said, okay, here we are, we're standing here, and there was a long row of retail shops, okay? And at the end of about, I don't know, probably 40 or 50 yards, is about half the length of the football field, it turned around a corner. And you couldn't see what was around the corner, right? It was the unknown. So how can that corridor and what's around the corner and not being the unknown be a metaphor back to your business, right? And how can you be in that environment talking about that corridor and what's around the corner and leave somebody with something that's going to motivate and inspire them into action to do with their business? So they're going to get benefit from watching you, right? The next time they're going to watch you even more, right? So then we went and we did, I was talking about how here we are in the Bellagio, and this is a place that I used to come to all the time for 15 years ago, and that they really haven't done any upgrades. They haven't done any renovations. So in Las Vegas, the prestige of the Bellagio has fallen quite a bit because there's other places that are new and hip and happening and cool, like the Cosmopolitan and all these different places now that are hip, and they've got the cool stuff going on, and the Wynn and the Venetian and all these other places, that it doesn't have the same type of impact because they didn't renovate. They got the same awnings in the the casino and whatnot. So I was talking about how that relates to renovating and upgrading your skills as an entrepreneur. That if you don't upgrade your skills, you're going to be left like dust on the side of the road, right? If you don't come to events and renovate your thoughts in your mind, you're going to be left like dust on the side of the road, right? That's the bridge over from this reality into your business. To Adalia, here's what you're going to have to do. If you want to make big money, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you what you need to do if you want to make big money. You need to do 30 videos in 24 hours. No joke, okay? Because you will break through your fear fast when that happens. Okay. So, Adalia, what I want you to do is share with people here the distinction and the shift that you went from where you were to where you are. And, when you went for the walk and started off doing your videos, what started happening in your physiology in your body?
Well, I would say I started feeling more confident in doing videos, like, putting my content out there. I feel like, why should I be afraid of putting out videos? It's like talking to someone beside me. So I decided to, get out of my fear of doing videos. And that day, I think I did probably about 10 videos on that one short walk. And that's probably started it. I felt more confidence when I started doing these videos. And then I started it's just things started opening up for me. I finished my vision board. I was more confident. I saw my vision clearly, my goals. And then today I went for a walk again, a walk/jog. And whilst I was doing my video, there was some sort of sign from the universe, like a sheet of paper that says "Rise," and on the sidewalk. And I'm like, what? Rise? Why does this sheet of paper all of a sudden pop up in front of me? And I picked it up and I was like, oh my goodness, is this a universal sign that I must do something? So I continued doing my videos, and today right now I have like 18 I did today. I didn't complete my 30 like I said I was going to do. I think that all stems from also I finished my vision board, and I went to the second step this morning. So once I think I have done the other steps, maybe I will see clearly, or things will start happening. I think I'll see my vision clearly. My goals will be clear. So, yeah.
Okay. So basically, you know, just so that we can recap here. So basically, what you're saying to me is that you had this fear, you had this, you know, mental blocker about not doing it right or messing up or whatever. But the
Yeah.
moment that you just went back-to-back video, back-to-back video, back-to-back video, something happened, something shifted where you broke through, and now you realize it's no big deal, right?
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So now that you've done that, now that you have, you know, done some videos and posted some videos and seen some interaction and people saying, great videos, with an exclamation mark on it, you know, do you feel that there has been a dramatic shift in your confidence level to be able to become a professional marketer? Just unmute yourself there. Oh, I think we lost her. Okay. Anyway. Okay. I want to go over to Jessica. Jessica, can you unmute, please?
Hey Darren, how are you?
Hey, Jessica. So what I want for you to do here is I want for you to share, because there's other people here that I think will be able to benefit from this. I want you to share what happened for you on your call with Colleen.
I think she unblocked a lot of blockers. I had been feeling really funny ever since the event, so I feel like I was kind of like off balance emotionally or physically inside. So as soon as I had the call with her, I'm feeling very grounded and level, believing in myself and doing all my videos and blog posts and everything. Feeling good.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, because here's the interesting thing. Probably for at least 2 months, you resisted actually doing that, right?
Yep.
What do you feel was the resistance internally that stopped you from just booking the appointment to actually take action? What was it that was going on?
I think telling myself that I didn't have enough money, and I'm learning more now that I need to stop saying that and just say I do have enough money for whatever I need to do. So getting through my money issues, my money blockages.
Okay. So in the course of you know, your exchange with Colleen, I mean, obviously there's been a dramatic shift because you know, I can tell just from having this, you know, this exchange with you, because we're on an energy portal, right?
Yep.
So, you know, would you recommend that people book an appointment with Colleen to clear their energy? Would you recommend that?
Definitely. I feel a big shift and a lot more confidence with everything that I'm doing, so a lot more grounded, a lot
That's
more better energy, and just a lot happier. Yep.
awesome, awesome. Okay, so Tracy, can you unmute for a sec?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So Tracy, what, you know, right now, you know, you're in a really interesting time right now because the only real strategy so far that you've really worked on has been Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've really done any other strategy. You actually started, when you very first started, you actually were putting out content in the very, you were talking about the story about Chad and he left you with the cat. I remember the story, right?
Right.
So what I will share with you is that if I was you, okay, and you can do whatever you want to do here, okay, but in the event that your growth curve is not happening fast enough, there's a couple ways that you can speed this up, okay? Number one is do what Valeria did and what Jessica did, okay? Do 30 videos in a compressed period of time and use the strategy that I was talking about when you guys saw me post those videos from the Bellagio. There was one where I was talking about vision and how You know, we were out in the middle of the desert. We were right in the middle of the desert, right? So somebody obviously had a vision of Las Vegas to come together, you know, this wealth cosmopolitan center, because it was right in the middle of the desert, right?
Right.
And how people come in from all four corners of the world in order to be there at that particular day in Las Vegas. So, you know, whether it was that or whether it was the, you know, I did a video in the back of a cab on how to do videos, right? It doesn't have to, as long as there's a message. I did a video the other day about, I went down to the Salvation Army. I went through my closets and I pulled out a bunch of stuff. And, you know, if you hold the piece of clothing and it doesn't make you feel happy, get rid of it, because you're not going to wear it, right? Put it in a bag. I went down to the Salvation Army and I cut a video sharing with people that I do that every quarter. You know that that video in like less than 48 hours has been viewed over 800 times. One video, 800 times. So if you're looking to ramp up your exposure as a leader, that is a mandatory thing that I recommend for you to do. 30 videos in a compressed period of time of 24 to 48 hours, right? You don't have to upload every single one of them. Just do them. Okay, so that's one thing.
It doesn't have to be about business. It can be about anything.
It can be about anything. You just want to leave people with some type of value.
All right.
Right? And yourself up so that they get a chance to get to know you. Right? I'm talking about situations of metaphors. Right? Metaphors are what are going to keep people interested in the story to bring them into your reality, so they spend that time with you, right? And then if they want to get more value for their business, go to, and you're going to give them a domain where they can get more, you know, work with you personally, get more tips, get more value. That's the lead magnet that we were talking about, right? So that's one of the strategies. The other thing that I will share with you is what I did when I first started with iPass, was that the fastest way to build your list is with solo ads. Okay, so if you go to mysuperherotraffic.com, you can buy, you know, 100 clicks, you can buy 500 clicks, you can buy 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and basically what that is, that's like they're sending a message to their list, like you're piggybacking off of their audience, right, and lassoing them into your lead capture page and dangling the carrot, right? Now, the last run that I did had a 63% opt-in rate, right? So that means that out of 2,000 people, I increased my size of my list by about 1,300, right? 1,300 new people that I have access to, right? That I can send content to, that I can invite to a webinar, that I can, you know, talk about new strategies or invite them to a hangout. That's a way to build your list fast, okay? So you've got solo ads, right? You've also got Facebook pay-per-click, which is what we're actually using in our co-op, right? In the event that you want to go faster, right, guys like Aaron Rashkin, I mean, I've seen Aaron run full-page ads in Business Opportunity magazines where he has the full page, right? Obviously, you're not going to do that right now until you have more of a budget, but you know, you were asking him, what does he do? He runs a marketing and advertising campaign. He runs an actual campaign, like a real business. He's turned himself into the business. That makes sense. So he markets him as the leader, as the visionary, as the mentor, as the coach on the front end. You don't know what he's doing on the back end. It's Aaron Rashkin, right? So he's marketing himself as the business, similar to what I do, right? I market myself and my mindset, my quantum physics training on the front end, right? And then whatever business opportunity I'm in, it doesn't matter. People say, Darren, I want to work with you. Oh, what business are you doing? That's the secondary part. You see the difference? Right? So you got to start to think about this as a real company with a real budget, right? If you want to go bigger, faster. So I started with a budget of $560, and I ramped it up, right? And then after 3 weeks, I was buying, $1,500 worth of traffic per shot, 1,480, I think it was, per shot US, right? And that was giving me like, I don't know, 2,200 qualified buyers were coming to my lead capture page. And then you start tweaking your lead capture page to get higher opt-in rates, right? But that's typically how those guys do, right? They've got their blog. So imagine this. I'm gonna get an audience together of qualified buyers. Now I'm gonna put a blog post, and I'm gonna post it on my social media. I'm going to post it on Google. I'm going to tweet it, right? And now I'm going to blast it to my list. So my list is going to go back to my blog, and they're going to read my story. And in different areas of the story, there's going to be links that are going to go to my sign-up page. Make sense? And then I'm going to run my campaign that's going to keep on building my list. And I'm going to write my constellation. I'm going to send it to my list. Meanwhile, my campaign is building my list, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Make sense? So I just rolled out, I've got a campaign going on right now that's 1,000 clicks, right? That cost me like $500, okay, for 1,000 qualified buyers. So I will increase the size of my list by between 400 and 600 or 650, 400 and 650, right around there. I will have that amount of more qualified buyers on my list that I'm broadcasting my content, my videos, my blog posts, my invitations to come and see what I'm doing, strategies that I'm doing, stuff that I'm doing, so that those people can come and meet me. Make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay, so Debbie, can you unmute, please? Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay. So Debbie, you had some questions the other day. Has this Hangout has answered most of the questions that you had?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I figured. Yeah. Okay. So guys, what I want to share with you is this. The biggest thing that people have to get over in this business model, okay, is their ego, okay, because the ego doesn't want to feel vulnerable. The ego doesn't want to be wrong, okay? The ego doesn't want to be judged. The ego doesn't want to be laughed at, right? So instead, what they do is nothing, right? So they learn a lot, and they're in just learning mode. Okay, they're learning, and they show up at these Hangouts. They're learning, and they show up at these Hangouts. Well, they're not making any money. This is a leadership business model, guys. A leadership business model. So if you are not doing any of this right here, this is leadership, right? This right here, this is leadership. Right now, we've got viewers on YouTube right now that are watching right now. I don't even know who those people are. Right? And I can tell you that after this is over, there will be dozens and dozens, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of people that will watch this replay, get value from it, and click the link below and take action to work with me personally, right? So imagine that you have these cloned copies of you that are giving value to the marketplace. You're making universal deposits to the marketplace, where if somebody was to watch your Google Hangout, they're going to leave and go, holy crap, I really got some value out of that. Or they're going to keep on watching more videos, okay? So here's a lot of times what happens for me, okay? My phone rings. Darren Little here. Is this Darren Little? Yeah. Oh my God, I've been watching your videos the whole weekend. The whole weekend, guys.
Let's go.
From one mentoring session to the next one, to the next one, an entire weekend, right? And by the time they call me, they feel like they're talking to a long-lost friend. That's the power of video, and that's the power of stepping into your leadership role. And the only way that it'll happen, guys, is right here, like this. It's not going to magically happen on, with out of nowhere. If you don't schedule a Google Hangout, a lot of people don't take action because they go, oh, I don't know how to do a Google Hangout. Well, go on YouTube. How to do a Google Hangout, right? And find out. Go through that process and try. Just like riding the bike. So what if you fall? You scuff your knee. Just delete it then if you don't like it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I will tell you this. One time, and I told this story last time we were on, I had a video. It was embarrassing, guys. It was terrible, embarrassing. And I was trying to figure out how to pull it down from YouTube. And my phone rang. And this guy's saying to me, oh my God, I'm watching this video. It's unbelievable. I'm like so fired up. I'm so motivated. I want to join your business, right? And that was the video I was trying to pull down when my phone rang, with him, complimenting me on this video that I thought was terrible, right? It was that when you do your videos, just put them up, okay? I've got videos when I first started that I really want to just take down, right, because they're just terribly embarrassing, right? But I've left them up specifically so that I can show other people, hey, you think that you think that one's bad? Let me show you one of my first ones, right? So that they've got reference material and they realize this is an evolution of personal development. Chad, can you unmute for yourself for a sec?
Yo, what's up, Darren?
There he is. Okay. So, Chad, I want for you just to talk about, the shift that you went through, because, in the last 7 months, I mean, you've gone through a massive transformation and turned into a total leader and a brand new person. Talk to us a little bit about that, the shift that you went through.
The shift that I went through really was, I mean, it all boils down to mindset. I mean, just how you let off with the beginning of this hangout, how really it truly is 95% mindset. And, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I've always been really confident, but then working with you and really being able to because if you have the proper mindset of self-confidence, then you can become a top recruiter and a leader by applying your training. And because if I see, one of the things I want, like I'm actually starting this Wednesday is my own team hangouts as well, to help them duplicate what has worked for me. Starting from a complete, flat start with no lists, no following, and that was Twitter. And then as far as when it comes down to the duplication, the only missing factor that I can see is really, the mindset and the self-confidence. So I know as I do more live sharing in my screen, more hangouts, not only will it build my own personal confidence. I mean, even I've done, I think, 5 hangouts so far. And I have videos just like you from 2011 that are pretty embarrassing that I just leave up. And one thing when it comes to getting the traffic, the new traffic that I get from Twitter, it's a lot more effective when it's coming to my profile rather than a brand new person's profile, because I do actually have a lot of videos and content out there. Now it's just about providing more value, like you said, telling stories, solving problems. And yeah, I mean, the team duplication is huge. And like you said, that really just comes with stepping up, being a leader, and consistently providing the value on a daily basis. Because like a lot of stuff that you said tonight I've heard before, but when you hear it different every single time, and I took probably 10 pages of notes, you know.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Okay, Gladys, can you unmute, please? Gladys?
Hi.
Okay. So, Gladys, you went through a massive shift in Las Vegas. I witnessed it myself.
Yeah.
I want, you know, what happened? Because it was like just off the chain. Like it was like some next level stuff was going on. Like, talk to me about that.
So to be honest, I've been through a lot of personal stuff since the last 2 weeks. So
Okay.
maybe it's a part of it. Yeah. And and the fact to see, you know, different speakers coming from different backgrounds and different countries, you know. Yeah, that was a huge experience for me to be able to attend to the RISE event.
So, because I noticed that you've even stepped up and started doing videos, which, like, you know, is like, you know, that was like a big blocker for you, and all of a sudden, wham, you come out of Vegas and pop, pop, pop. So, talk to me about that. What shifted for you?
Yeah, so I think I attended the workshop. Was it during the morning with Shirley and Riba, and so they advised us to shoot around 35 videos a day, and I tried to shoot some, and I did a session. I already had some projects in my mind. I made a list to say, okay, I want to shoot a video about this and this, but I was so scared to really do it, and then I decided to do it, even if it's not proper for me, it's not correct for me, not yet, but you know, it's done, so that's it.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations.
You know, it's funny. When we were at the party and she was a little scared about dancing, and I told her, I was like, you know, the way you're dancing right now is like you and your fear of videos. Get over it.
Oh, Shirley, you don't want to talk about that because the party is another story.
I know, but I mean, it's just, again, with me and how everything connects and everything. It was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, Reba, can you unmute?
I'm here.
Okay. So, Reba, you know, you went through something very, very similar coming out of that event because, you know, I mean, I saw you, you know, you did, I was going through my news feed and all of a sudden, bam, there's Reba on video and I'm going, what? What's going on? I love it. What happened? Tell us more of the story.
Well, I tell you, Shirley was very inspirational, and we roomed together, and I could see the change in Shirley, and she's going for it, and she's like, okay, guys, we're going to shoot some videos. And I've done videos before, so I didn't have a fear of doing videos, but I was just busy in my mind trying to think on content. What do I say? And like you always say, you know, say what you've learned. So I said, okay, I'm going to talk about what I've learned. And so we all shot some videos, and it went well. Shirley was like, that was good. And so as the challenges went on throughout the event, everybody has challenges to do more, and which was great. And so we just all said, we're going to do more videos. But the whole event was just transformational in itself, to see all the people, all the proof, all the positiveness, and the like-mindedness. It was awesome.
Fantastic. Well, that's phenomenal. I was so proud of you to see that. It was just awesome. Okay, guys. So, you know, what I wanted to also bring up here is that when we're talking about this forward type of momentum, okay, it's really a feeling inside your body. When we talk about the vibrational resonance of success, success is a radio broadcast frequency, guys, okay, and this is no joke, okay? Success is a radio broadcast frequency. There is a specific vibrational resonance that goes through your body, right, when you're tapped into the zone, when your phone starts ringing off the hook with incoming phone calls, when people start signing up on autopilot, right, when people just call you out of nowhere and say, I'm going all in, right, that's internal. It's here, like this. That goes on inside your body, right? When you do your daily mirror work and you go through that reflection, right, into your time continuum, and you connect with that little boy or little girl inside that just needs to have a hug, that just needs to know that everything's going to be okay. And then you speak your reality into existence through your vision board. Something will happen internally inside your body, okay? When you're Rocky on top of the mountain, you will start getting goosebumps. Okay, now I can tell you this. It may not happen on day 1. It may not happen on day 3. It may not happen on day 7. But I can tell you this. If you stay on this process and you commit to the Unleash the Alpha Within training, one day you're going to go, oh my God, what was that? That is called the quantum boom. When that happens internally inside your body, and believe me when I tell you, it will happen, and you will have that experience, and you will go, holy crap, that's what Darren was talking about. Now I get it. And all that has to happen is for that to happen internally inside your body once, okay? One time. And I'm telling you this, you will be addicted to that forever, for the rest of your life. Because you will get focused internally in your body to the point where you can just go, how do I feel? And this is what will happen. Right there. You can see goosebumps coming on my arms. Because I do this so much. I talk about the wave particle theory so much, guys. About these two worlds that exist simultaneously. Everything you want, everything that you don't want. And it's like a light switch. You can't be in both realities. It's not possible. You're either in the reality of your preferred state with these pulsating things going, or you're not. The lights are either on or they're off. There is no halfway. You flick the switch and the lights are on. You flick the switch and the lights are off. Those are the two realities, guys. And once you just accept that as truth and you're okay with it, now you can start to monitor where you're at in this zone going forward to your reality. So guys, that's it for me for tonight. You've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. Thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP Millionaire Mentoring session. I look forward to meeting you in person one day. I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.